Hello, and welcome to Microsoft Excel bonus video number 1, error messages. In today's video, we're going to take a look at common errors or mistakes that you can make as a beginning user. Now, the first problem is when we have a mistake or an error that appears on our screen, we often hit the panic button. We're scared, don't know what went wrong, and when our mind gets into that panic mode, we oftentimes will forget to stop and think logically as to what could be wrong. Now, in the case of a beginning user, there's only a handful of small errors that could happen for you, and it tends to be the same types of errors over and over again. So what I did to try and facilitate that is to give you here just a short list of the most common mistakes that will be made. I'm going to make the mistakes along with you here on the screen, and hopefully when you encounter these along the way, you'll feel a bit more comfortable or confident in resolving what the issues could be. So in column A, we start off with a 6 and a 0, and what I have for you here is an answer that came out to be #div/0! And what that is, if I double click on it, is we have 6 divided by 0. So that is A3 divided by A4. And if you remember any math from back in the days of high school, you'll know that you can never divide a number by 0. So this is the type of error messages that Excel gives you. Now, it'd be nice if they would just use plain English and say, hey, you can't divide a number by 0. Unfortunately, they don't. So we get this weird type of cryptic symbol that appears in the box. Now, normally we wouldn't divide a number by 0, but you might encounter this when you have a complex page where there's math happening all over the place. Suddenly you change a data file in one location and you get this odd error message in a different spot. And that is more common than most people maybe realize. That spiral effect, right? When we update data, how it can impact things down the line. So if you get a divide by 0 error like this, it simply means that Excel is trying to do a math calculation that is not allowed. That could be because of a mistake, or it could be because of missing data. So that one, definitely don't panic. You can just trace back as to what you were working on and where, and from there you should be okay. The next one is quite common, and this is called the circular reference error. Now, if I double click on where the question is, and I see equals C3 plus C4 plus C5, that should be my first clue that I've got some type of an oddity going on here. Remember, through all of the activities that we've done through levels 1, 2, and 3, we always talked about the color matching. So C3 is blue, and my C3 with the 5 in it over here is blue. C4 is that salmon color, and C4 here where the number 4 is salmon. C5 is purple, and I don't see any purple. Well, the outlining of the bottom box here is kind of purpley. So there should be a clue like that, a subtle clue to let you know that you've got an error. And this is now called a circular reference. So to replicate that actual error, I'm going to have to delete the data here and recreate this one because it comes up with a pop-up. So I'm going to go 5, 4, and now in my equation, I'm going to go equals C3 plus C4 plus C5, and that part is the circular reference. What does circular reference mean? Is that you're trying to use an answer from an equation as part of the equation, so it starts to spin in circles, right? As soon as I hit the enter, there's where the circular reference error pops up. There are one or more circular references where a formula refers to its own cell, either directly or indirectly. This might cause them to calculate incorrectly. Try removing or changing these references or moving the formulas to a different cell. The error that I made here, and again, my answer is 0, so that should be a clue that we've got some kind of a major problem. The error that I made is probably not as common, putting 2 or 3 numbers together right beside each other, but you could imagine if we were pointing at different answers from different locations to use in a different formula down below, it can be possible to kind of have that thing spiral upon itself. So circular references are quite common. Don't panic. I look already and I go 5, 4, and I'm adding and I get a 0. So it should clue to you that something is wrong in there. Double click on it and you'll see that color coordination, and then we can pick up on analyzing it. So C3, yeah, that's right. C4, that's right. C5, oh no, that's wrong. So then we can just simply click in there. We can delete out that last piece that's incorrect. We press enter, and now of course we get the answer that's right. Okay, on to our next one. In column E, we're missing an equal sign. Another very common kind of error. The big clue here is that nothing color coordinated as I was typing. So if you forget to put an equal sign, and these are errors that are more commonly done by people who are brand new to Excel, They forget that you have to start every formula or function with an equal sign. If you forget, you won't get the color coordination. C3 and C4 are still black. So that's a good sign or a good clue to let us know that clearly we're missing an equal sign in here. Other times, if there's other punctuation, now this kind of spills with the one at the very end as well, you could get either type of error message. So if I had C3, C4 plus C5, and I was missing a plus in one spot, that would be another example of where you get kind of a weird piece where it might just show you part of a formula in here as opposed to actually giving you a proper answer. Another easy one to fix, right? I double click, sorry, in front of the C3. I put in my equal sign. Color coordination happens right away. I realize now that I'm also in the wrong column, right? We're on column E, not C. So the color coordination helps us out so much. We can go in here now and fix that problem, E. And this leads us to our next problem, is if your color coordination does not match like this, then you've got a problem, right? Something is off. So in this case, I see that I used C instead of E. Another very common problem. Change that to an E. Now my colors are in the proper column. We're good. Press enter and we get our answer. Okay, next column over, again, no color. And the color doesn't really match. So I've got GG3 plus G4. Very common to accidentally catch a key twice or put the wrong label in. So GG3 is actually way down the page that way, way down there. Because remember back to the beginning, we talked about the columns and how when it hits the letter Z, it then goes to A, B, A, C, A, D, then it goes B, A, B, 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 C, B, D, and on and on and on. GG3 is way, way down the page over there. So I have no color up over here. So similar to the couple of mistakes that were in the E one, here, I have no color at all. So clearly we're missing something. So again, all you have to do is go down here and reference this. Equals GG3. Well, that's not right. It should be just a G3. Click once in here, press the backspace key. Our colors now match properly. Press enter, we're okay. Our last example gives me hashtag name question mark. This will show up a lot for you as well. So next to a circular reference, this is another one, probably the most common one that you'll see. So what does it mean when it says hashtag name question mark? Is Excel has no clue what you're trying to do. So let's pop it open and see what that means. Equals sum, and there's nothing there. So if you misspell the word sum, if you miss the word sum and just put a bracket and data in there, there's a whole variety of pieces. Basically, it's missing parts, is what I wrote on the bottom. You're missing parts. You have not given Excel a clear enough idea as to what exactly is going on here. So it's confused. So hence the name, right? What are you trying to do? I don't know the name of the function or the name of the math operator or anything you're trying to do right now. So it's a confused state that Excel is in. So clearly we are missing a bracket. We are missing a highlighted data range. We are missing a closing bracket. Okay, when I press enter on that one, then of course we get a proper answer at that time. So just a quick video for you. Here's a bonus video on some of these error messages that you could see. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Thanks for watching.